Welcome to another Burger commentary. In this video will be me giving a summary on the AMD presentation, hopefully in a very nice, quick, compact, that you can still understand, and as well as the second part of this video will be me giving my analysis / impression of the AMD computer presentation of 2025. To summarize, AMD basically launched both a budget focused SoC. How have they done that? They have reskinned old generation hardware and just updated to the 2025 naming scheme. Kind of scummy. The true AMD silicon, that new silicon for 2025, it is the Ryzen AIpro and the Ryzen Pro Max lineup, as this is truly innovative as they bring basically 2024 low to mid-tier discrete graphics card depending on the system OEM configuration, which is great for people that want high performance on the go. And since this is an APU, it will be, and this is a monolithic APU, this will have very, very efficient and have very, very long battery life when it's not gaming, or when it does game, it will be able to have better battery life than the gaming typical laptop, since there is two dedicated CPU and GPU, and this is only one GPU. Or thanks to AMD having this really flexible power profile, and I see actually some laptop OEM maybe even end up ditching discrete graphics card for the low-end graphics card for the gaming laptop and just put these Ryzen AIpro Max CPU with basically a portable 7950X and a portable, if we're to believe the first a lot of rumors, so RTX freaking 4070M performance. And unlike having a 4070 that is limited to 8 gigs of VRAM, if the OEMs like, we give you 64 gigabyte, and I think that will be a very, very capable of gaming on the go and plugged in, and pretty good gaming system for low end gaming laptops. And yeah, and as for the other side, which is desktop, AMD's like, here you go, here's your R99900X3D and your 999950X3D. These things, sadly, for the rumor mill, where both chiplet has X3D CPU, sadly, that is false. Kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I think AMD kind of, on the desktop side at least, has no competition, and they don't see any threats within the desktop market, and they just thought, it's okay if these R9 X3Ds don't sell due to the fact that enthusiasts don't buy it. That's fine. We just give these. I'm pretty sure there was a niche audience that bought 7950 X3D and the 99 X3D. Those guys will upgrade to it. We're fine. We just get those people who buy those upgrade to the R9 9000 X3D. But anyway, yeah. As for the thing that really caught my eye with the glazing of, showcasing of the brands that use AMD's AMD hardware, and that is Dell. Dell has finally stopped being exclusively Intel, as we are notoriously famous for. Dell and the alien gaming brand Dell Alienware, they only have Intel CPUs as only option, and they will not or if there is AMD silicon, it will be intentionally lower quality, or they are always hush launch and quickly discontinue, with Dell basically being front center stage. This is great, kind of like, hey, yeah, AMD is really slowly building some of the mind share of basically telling the world, hey, AMD mindshare is growing. Now, on to part 2 of AMD computex, which is kind of the AMD didn't really give a lot of time into or put a spotlight into, and that is the new AMD Z lineup and the new RX 9700 series and the RX 9600 lineup series. As for the Z lineup, understandable. Why didn't they really get too much attention? As basically they took the Z1 and went, okay, let's refresh it to the latest 9000 series core, and our GPU, yeah, let's go use the same architecture as our mega Ryzen AI Pro, Ryzen, Pro Max and Ryzen AI APU, and update it to that RDNA 3.5. Then yeah, what do and as for me, I think to continue on my analysis of the Ryzen AI Pro lineup and the Ryzen Pro Max AI, this is great for AMD, as this is basically an APU package, which again, if OEMs give it enough power, it can be very capable of both gaming, and at the same time, it is both capable of being a really good workstation and a portable on-the-go laptop. As your typical AAA title game, I can see the Ryzen AI Pro Max being able to play AAA title game and esport game at the AAA title, maybe like 1080p 60 FPS, and if 1440p 4K might need to use a bit of the AI FSR or the AI frame insertion and low latency stuff. And as for esport, I can see them run high refresh rate 1080p, no issue. And as for the Ryzen Pro stuff, I think it will be a pretty good esport laptop. It probably wouldn't be so great in, and maybe able to play some AAA title. Might not be locked at 60 FPS, might be hovering around 30 to 45 FPS. And yeah, that is basically what I think of the Ryzen AI Pro and the Pro Max lineup. And as well as this kind, you would have noticed, why is there no RX 9000 series mobile? Sadly, this 9000 series mobile graphics card got cancelled so that AMD can launch these AIpro and AIpro Max APU. To be honest, I think considering how AMD 7000 series and a lot of AMD mobile graphics cards have flopped, I think this was the best use of AMD's resources to bring for the laptop bring more mindshare and market share into the market segment. And lastly, the RX 9700 series, they kind of revealed it is going to have a bunch of AIBs and it's 16GB, and the rest AMD has hush, hasn't really said anything. The same thing with the RX 9600 and the 9600 XT, no information. AMD is running scared of basically, since they had to go first and with the reveal, and they didn't have the ball sack to really be like, here's all our card, AMD Radeon graphics card, here's our spec and price, what are you gonna do, NVIDIA? And basically, yeah. Hence, yeah, this is my analysis / impression of the AMD presentation. And yeah, again, this corporate glazing has ended up bringing out more brand and help brands go, hey, we will finally go use your AMD silicon on their laptop. Sadly, again, the discrete mobile graphics card was sacrificing this. I hope this endeavor works out for AMD for these AIpro Max and Pro lineups APU. And yeah, and that's it. In AMD presentation, in my opinion, with basically after my analysis, I feel like AMD has a bit of problem with mismanagement of time and kind of tripped at the final execution and failed. Yeah, their tech briefing was really nice. This is how I was able to do this. We're both getting better, the kind of looking as third party into these YouTubers tech briefs and all tech media tech briefs, and then I summarize it here on this video. And yeah, anyway, that brings the end of my analysis impression of the AMD CES 2025 presentation. If you like the video, do the typical like, share, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want more engagement, help me get even more engagement of this content of this video, go comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.